Hello. Greetings.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Wednesday with Belen. We're having a bit of a weird day tech-wise. Some of my matched buttons are not cooperative, but that's the way life goes sometimes. Just putting away some extra papers and stuff. I apologize for the micro delay. My therapist yesterday gave me heck for skipping breakfasts, so I was finishing scarfing down the last of our croissants in the house because they're quick and easy and absolutely tasty. So, today's topic is oh heavens. Obsessions. I keep trying to remember what I called it. Obsessions. Thank you very much, Fantastic Sherlock Fox, for being here, as well as thank you, Sunshine, for being the first one to redeem. And, first here. Gotta love the Twitch ads. Sorry about that. Good morning, Mama Bear. Good to see you, as always. Ooh, Dino Dance. Always good. All right. So, in English, I think that works. I have a microphone bouncing. That's good news. I have Epidemic Sound playing, which is probably good news. I think. Maybe. Yeah, it looks like it. Okay. We appear to be here for a while. So, all good. Good in the hood. Feels dark in here. Of course, it would. That's interesting. My Stream Decks went to sleep physically. They crashed. Oh, hardware crash. Well, that explains a lot. All right, that's okay. We can do without, I think. Actually, let me just see if I can get my phone to do the thing. Because sometimes that works. And sometimes it's a real pain in the neck, but it's better than nothing. Are you gonna crash? Maybe. Yeah, it's crashing too, so there's something really sick about my system. Okay, well, let's give up on that for now and get to it. Whatever to it is, yeah. And we will just rock and roll. Of course, now everything decides to wake up. What the heck? So my obsession of the day seems to be this. Well, more accurately, that. So pursuant to conversation or videos done yesterday by the fine DC crew, we were playing with crafters. So I've been playing with crafters. I'm feeling a lot of lag, so we may end up with a few oopsies today. But one of the things that we were going to start with, of course, aside from having a nap, is that I wanted to get the shopping over with, or some of the shopping. A question of the day was favorite way to spend a day off. And my question first off becomes, what is a day off? Because I didn't define that. Another piece of the to-do list is to move the cats, because this is not a great staging area. It's close to stuff, kind of in the way. This that's not much better staging area. Okay. Rather than we'll do that when we get back. I am seeing crazy lag. This is not good. Alright. So we've got some diamonds in the wallet. With the redstone and the emeralds. Those can go. And these can go. So we got that can stay. Need these two? Oh, welcome on in. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Yellow! Comrade! Yes, indeed. Okay.
Hello.
Let's pull it. You need a redstone box, so I might as well pull one out and just label it.
Hello.
Because I'm gonna keep playing with stuff. Redstone. You know, that would be a thing. Maybe. I don't have red for redstone. Can you actually believe it?
Welcome.
I have an iron farm. Good morning, Tom and crew. Welcome on in.
Hello.
Please do let me know specifically what you're up to. When I took a peek to see, you were riding around on a rail in the nethers, so that doesn't actually tell me much. Wolfen, hello, welcome on in.
Welcome.
Hey, Creef, hey. Good to see you guys. Good evening. Good evening or day. Good something on the clock to you, Mike Burton. Hello, Zerk. Trouble as always. And I think I got everybody? Gotta refresh, so I'll be real. Okay, that works. Yes, so what our fine friend Mike is referring to is this. So if you see the cool little logo, I never remember which corner it's in. You click on that twice on PC and it will make you a real viewer rather than a raid viewer. I was getting conflicting reports as to whether or not that actually matters anymore, or whether it was just a rumor, but I figure I'm gonna go with it because it works. It works for me anyways. Hello there! Ronic, there we go. We're gonna go with that today. It's the flavor of the day. This one can be named Shulker Box? No.
Hello
Actually,
there.
let's call it redstone. There, and I'll label it in case I forget it somewhere. Hey Zero, Tom's bot hates you, and apparently so does his raids. How goes it, Del? You finally made it. You know, to be perfectly honest with you, Zero, I actually am probably just being clueless and not realizing when people are lurking, so you could have been here the whole time and I never would have known. Yeah. We're one of those people, having one of those days. Okay. That one, that one. What else do I have at the top? Redstone-ish. Yes, that'll go. That'll go. This one and those. Okay, that will work for now. This is it. And that one. Alright. That's the other project, so let's move things. Move things and stuffs. I'm a real boy! Wow. No, that when I thought about that, that wasn't even Pinocchio I was actually thinking of. The zeros are just gonna drop from the crease. Ouch! Ouch, you were on point today. Love it. Yeah, I'm using signs more often than armor, so let's just switch these around. Okay. That cleans up most of what I'm carrying. It doesn't necessarily mean I'm actually going to be doing a good job with it. Let's go and become broke again. Yeah, that's what we do around here, isn't it? Alright, we'll come back to this mess in a second. Or, well, in a few minutes, I guess. Ow. Wow. Okay. I'm squirreling really hardcore today. Just lots. This one... Oh, fences. What did I want fences for? Oh, fences were for... yeah. That's for this project. Okay. And I was going to... You can tell the coffee and the meds haven't kicked in yet because I started going to the front, like the old front door of this place, which is not where the portal has been for a number of weeks. Is it wishful thinking that would be nice, or do blocks of wool actually auditorily muffle things as well? I know these make noises, and I know I've turned them off, but I was kind of curious because I was thinking about moving the baking cooker. It's making it kind of creepier, actually, now that I think about it. But moving it inside, inside the chicken statue, and converting it so it doesn't do cooked chicken. It would actually be able to access raw chicken for the purposes of trading with an upcoming butcher. Simply because now that I've got a couple of farmers, I don't really need to have cooked chicken anymore. So I might as well use that as a passive way of getting supplies to trade for emeralds. You know, bamboo does it. Iron farm is a good one for that. Etc., etc., etc. Right? No, please do not be real. Wahoo! I made it on one rocket. Mama Bear knows where it's at. She knows those teapots can hurt. Why did I go to spawn? Oh, right, yes. The obsessive checking of the mailbox. That's what that is. And, oh, light's on. Okay. What do we got? Clicking the light isn't going to help. Very appreciated. Thank you ever so much. That is going to be quite useful. I haven't got that color yet. Trust me. I got a list. Haven't got that color yet, so put this one aside. Oh. That on there for now. And if I remember correctly, I think I also have to work on a couple other colors. I did. Actually, it was funny you should say that because that was one of the things that might have been on my shopping list this week. But we're a little tight on diamonds at the moment, so we have to be careful how we do that. But if those of you that remember, we also have a few other colors we're going to need as well. Worst of which would be white, but I have no problem paying for them. And I think I might have the ones beyond that in my villager trading space. Or hopefully I will by then, I guess. Maybe sort of, kind of. One of those other obsession pieces is I started moving villagers across the hall. That's a little slower than I had originally expected. So I'm doing it a little bit differently. But getting them to take their jobs back is proving to be interesting. Okay. I mean, I get the reference, but that's still amusing. I'm not entirely sure what the nugget shape was for. Alright, came out the other side. Now, I'm looking to juice up 3 of these, actually. Or at least 2. So that we can use them for things like warp wood. Because while one can definitely use an axe, it's kind of a pain in the neck. Okay. And we have a few diamonds. And I'm pretending that I don't have as many as I do. Because I need to spend them on the projects, not on the stuff I want to spend them on. So, yeah. Mending and breaking. Breaking the books. Sweet. I might be back for those. what was I looking for? I need a... Don't think I need a Silk Touch one right now. I mean, will at some point, but technically I can get away with an axe for that. Now my brain just went blank. What was I looking for? Oh, right. This. Oh, don't do that without money in your pocket. That's just rude. Yes. Okay. I lost it again. What a goof. There we are. Right here. Okay. So we need one of those and a leaf wrecker. I don't really want to fortune a leaf wrecker, so we're going to go with 2. I think. What else do we want? Unbreaking and mending. Yep. Okay. I think that's it. I think that's it. Nobody knows whether I'm right or I'm wrong. Actually, that's not true. Many people do. And breaking. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay, that's right. The other one was Silk Touch. And I can leave that for later, I believe. Now, we all know. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. She says be right back. Last time she said be right back, stuff ended up in my mailbox. She's not Tom. That's actually... Tom and Zerk are almost as scary. Okay, I came down here. That's for later. I can deal with that later. Later. I know I need to do that. I was very tempted, just for kicks, to actually make a yellow submarine out of these. But I decided that probably wouldn't be a great plan. The notion was there, but the reality was not. Okay, I think we're good. Better be. Somebody was talking about this earlier. If you want the chorus flowers, 1 diamond as stacked, 32, so they're good, right? I think it was Tom's stream. Anyway.
A yellow submarine. Yellow submarine.
Exactly, Yellow.
Yellow submarine.
Exactly. It must be done.
I'm an expert drawer.
He is indeed. He is indeed. Okay. This is concrete, which should probably work just as well. Okay, for the white, because if we go with white as terracotta, it kind of comes out tarnished, but I mean, then again, we're underwater, so would we really know? And funny enough, in the lighting I'm looking at, it's white. Yeah, it says so. But it kind of is coming out looking gray. I don't know why. I think maybe I need to get my glasses or plus something. It's not, like, that gray. So, yeah, it's not bad. Okay, so we know that at the moment it is 1 diamond as stacked, I think it was. 1 diamond per stack. If you buy the powder, it's 1 diamond for 2 stacks. Oh, ha ha ha. Well then. I understand a lot of why there's no powder left, which is a good thing. A good thing. Okay, I need to figure out. In theory, this should be fairly easy to do, like to come up with the design. My cheaty trick, for those of you that, who and why. Anyway, for those of you that wonder sometimes how I pick up the designs, I don't actually design them. I mean, not like that's news to anybody. But oh, actually. Let's see. Ooh. Now I can't remember. Do I want these? Basement. Yeah, sure. Why not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Before I do that, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Yeah. I think that makes sense. Okay. There's some math to that. This is part of why I was staying away from the shopping district? No, not that one. Oh, cute. Cute. That away before I hurt myself. This, I needed 2 more for that. Those up there, I don't lose them. Yeah. I'll regret it if I don't. Because I keep getting confused on the shovels and stuff. Which ones are mine and which ones aren't for mass mining. Mine being sort of the main one. What do I have here? Let's look at efficiency, unbreaking, mending. Okay, I think we're good because there was something missing on this one and it's not on the other ones. Okay. So we're back to spawn. I wasn't going to go back there. I wasn't going to do that, but yeah, I fell for it. Smite. No. Just, yeah, no. Stop while you're ahead. Great. So for the quotient of the day, Fantastic Truck Fox says, today he'd go with sleeping, but most of the time, that's about what you do on your day off. Most of the time, he would say the perfect day off would be either curling up with a book or book on a winter day, or in contrast, eating unhealthy pub food on a patio by a busy street in a resort town. Possibly. Oh, whoops. You did spawn. I probably needed a Bobby update or two. Seems like that's always a thing. Alright. Let's finish getting into trouble. Ah! Come on. Jump. Ouch. Okay. Donations of duff, blah blah blah. Perfect. This one. Gonna nick one of those. And I think that's the way it goes. We'll see if it's shapeless. Nope. There we go. No! Great. Oh, Frosty and Frozen. 2 films in which a snowman or monster appears. Excellent! Mike Burton is all over that one. This one, and that one. I'll regret that, I'm sure. I usually do. There it is. I knew there was one. I have a toolbox. 6, there we go. I'm looking for... I should have enough levels by now. But we'll see if I actually do. This one? And I will enchant it at home.
Welcome.
1, 2, 3. Not the efficiency on the nether star. That'd be nice. But nope. Nope, nope, nearly, but nope. Alrighty. Hey Valente, how goes? What is your plan for today? Are you just chilling? I'm always pleased to hear what you've been up to. Sounds like you've been training hard. And Frosty, that sci-fi suspense B-movie. Wow. That's a rough one. I've heard... Yeah, there was... Fantastic Sherlock Fox and I watched a weird series of movies last night, so YouTube videos last night, so my head's kind of in funny places. Not haha funny, just odd. Training, Lego videos, and chilling. I did see a Lego video out. I have not actually watched it. Shame on me. But, yeah. Oh, come on. I'm having a please fly moment. This is Jabba. This should not happen. On Rocket. Are you going to actually cooperate? Maybe kind of, sort of? No. Weird. I got to spawn with one rocket first time. Trying to start your winter village. Right. No, that makes sense. So Yellow's youngest recently became fascinated with Titanic and found out there's a Titanic. Wow. That does not sound like it holds a whole lot of promise. And being a youth who my parents dragged out of bed at I don't know what hour it was. It wasn't ungodly late, but it sure feels like it when you're a kid. When the news broke that that the Titanic's wreckage had been found in the first place, and then they were live streaming it. Well, not live streaming it, live television feeds as much as they could, and yeah, it was interesting. Sci-fi B-movie status. Wow. That's different. Okay. Everything is laggy for me right now, which may be my end. I don't think it's everybody else's problem. So this one, I'm not going to touch it right now, but it cooks the chicken, and that's easy enough to stop. I just need to get rid of the top dispenser, which is going to be interesting with chickens still in there, but maybe we'll have more chickens loose? I don't know. But stop powering it at least. And then just put a block of water up top. Well, technically you can do it up top here and have it flow in so that it's flowing down, and that way the chicken should go downwards. But yeah, that's a minor change. And if I'm moving the whole thing anyways up in up in here, then it'll be worth it, I think. But that's another one of those, like, an idea that if I keep doing things like that, little ideas here and there, we're never going to get anywhere. We were made up to watch it. Okay, so reviews would say not great. I'm unaware enough of the Titanic 2 movie to know what the premise is. I really haven't the foggiest. That's for the existing one. 1, 2, 3. That one. Okay, we know the drill. Don't waste time. Maybe Elder. There we go. Love it when your computer remembers. Garden tool. Doo-doo. This one, that one, this. Okay. I'm gonna get the one that needs efficiency. Done. this one with efficiency. Done. Combine these books, of course, it's always like that. Okay, so that means that I'm ready to go and do shopping upstairs. Let's put them in the toolbox for now. Just because I don't need to be carrying these things around. 2. Yeah. I always have a bucket for something. I never remember why. Alright. Oh, phooey. I meant to buy some more totems. Oh well. Oops. So I don't tend to fly inside my base. I probably should. But I tend not to. And that will be for... what will that be for? Gun. This one. 3 obsidian, 5 glass. Do I even have 5 glass? Good question. Yes, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need mining and stuff too, so no loss there. Wallet. Alright. That can go in here for now. So, yeah, whatever I was thinking. I can't remember. That's fine. So this mess. It's not actually going to work quite the way it looks, so I should probably move this part of the way, but it still isn't going to help. The point I was trying to figure out, and one piece I have to check. Where did I put the redstone? Ugh, put it back in the wallet. Really? There we go. Guess I'm gonna need, probably not. Say that, and then change my mind really quickly. So, I want to check. I don't think this will do the trick, because that'll cause all kinds of chaos. Because it connects to things it shouldn't. But I'm idly curious as to whether or not it actually will fire things out of the upper section. So let's go get some iron. Oh, let's try this one. We've got too much kicking around. Actually, while I'm here... Oh, nope, not that. Let's grab as many poppies as we can. I don't like doing it this way. I actually really wish I didn't have poppies in here. But the nature of the game, unfortunately, is that I have poppies in there. Yeah. Okay, this one. I want to deal with that. Now, long story made short, as we've seen upstairs in the kelp farm, for things like bone meal, where there is nothing else you can do with the pieces, then you can get away with just checking the hopper that precedes your crafter. I guess I need the redstone box. You know, that kind of makes sense. Okay. And do I have another? No, another crafter. Okay, let's grab some random blocks. Something that will show. Oh, that's orange. Not going to show very well. Sure, we can do that. Or for those of you who might be red-brown colorblind, I guess? Maybe? Alright. That's my makeshift crafter for the moment. I'll go with that. So, if I have a crafter, and let's just say I'm feeding stuff into it from above, hypothetically. Okay. And do I have string? Yeah, this will do. Okay, so in theory, if I'm checking this hopper up top with a comparator, steal, oh, not that one, standing on it? No, come on. So I'm checking it with the comparator up top, and we'll steal this one. Okay. And we have our, come on, block. Can I do it from here? Please. Thank you. All right. Chop. Oh, I guess I need to chop. That one. Okay. To put the comparator on top. And got to get signal out of the hopper. Jump, maybe? Oh, missed. Okay. Right, now when you put something in the hopper, okay, you're going to get a signal out. So if you check that, and then this piece comes out, and it decides it's going to redstone dust down here, which will power a block sitting under your crafter, right? Now, that's great, and because of the nature of the way that bone meal works, for example, then that would work beautifully for bone meal, for bamboo, for kelp upstairs, because even though this one will send out a signal when the comparator goes on and when the comparator turns off, so you get a double signal, that's not a problem for things that only craft when there's 9 pieces in there. But unfortunately, iron is one of those puppies that is not like that, as we all know, right? So when you do stuff with iron, if you're not careful, when you get the first one in there, you'll get nuggets. Which unfortunately, a single signal, a 1 out of the crafter itself, or even the hopper itself, will cause this thing to fire off, right? Which will then power your crafter, and you would get nuggets. Or if you get 2 in there by some sort of sheer luck and then get it to fire, you get pressure plates. Pain in the neck, right? So where I was going with the idea of this mess, which I need my comparator back. This one, maybe. Where I was going with the idea of this mess is for every spot in here that you click to turn off, that forces the crafter to put out a constant signal of 1. No, filled composter actually is a signal strength of 8. So 8, you could do it in a minus format, as in have your crafter, as it fills up with the various pieces, right, put out a signal strength and keep subtracting. And then once it gets to 9, you get a single one out of here, right? Which is fine if, oh, and I'm gonna have to put that on. Break this. Pete's sake. You can get, you're ahead of the game here. So if you've got 9, and then if I have it make 8, okay, yes, you get signal strength, like a single, right? Not super helpful. It doesn't really get you very far. Like, you can do stuff with this. I could then have it be observed and then do whatever with it. Or I could possibly, I don't think a repeater will work on that one. I think I'd actually need to feed into something else first. Here, I'm going to put one more dirt, or one more down. Let's go this way. That's going to muck with everything. But if I put the repeater down, yeah, it will power. So I could do it that way with a composter instead of another crafter. And then you could take your 15 and wrap around and trigger. One of the other things I was looking at doing, though, is if I don't do it that way and have, so this is the same equivalent as a full composter. if I use another crafter and set it to 9 and leave this on comparison mode, then what will happen is when this one is even at 8, it won't turn on. But as soon as it hits 9, you get a full 9 signal because it's comparing which one's bigger. So it's greater or equal to. And so that would give me 9, which in theory would get me up that direction, right? But doesn't power this as much as I would like it to. Right? So I'm kind of stuck in that. If I do it with the 9 format, I'm kind of stuck with a repeater in there somewhere. Or, like, I can get it to fire the bottom one. As we can see, things just disappeared. But I also wanted to fire the block of iron. Else up one more. I need to power that. So let's throw this in. Again, where are we feeding from? I was somewhat representing my smelter system upstairs, so that's why we've got the furnace in there, but I'll just throw more iron in here. You can see when it hits 9, yeah, so it triggers the bottom, which is no problem. Even without this one. It stays on because it didn't trigger. I have to force it up there. Yeah, so we're getting problems in that respect. Let's see, let's go back, and we'll throw those ones back in. Yeah, so we should be able to get just the one. Perfect. All right, so that works to fire the bottom block. If I swap out this and that, even though it's a 9 coming out in this end, if I swap that out and put in my observer, which is, I mean, it's more expensive again, right? We're upping the cost of creation of items a little bit each time, but it's one way of forcing the direction change. So then this one will power the block below, but that does allow me to change directions. Just throw a dust on top to get the top one to roll. So for example, if I throw in, so what have we got in here? 5? Okay. So I throw those in. And we had a bunch already in there. So these were firing off once again when it hits 9. Now you're not hearing anything because I've got these silenced. Sorry, I missed that. They're ending up, because I made a mistake and was once again repeating the smelter, you're going to see them over here. So we've got nuggets that are showing up. And that's because of the double trigger from this. Okay, let me pull that piece off so it stops doing that. We end up with nuggets kicking around, right? Yeah, it's the double pulse, exactly. And so yeah, exactly. Yellow, you went where my brain went next. Is, can I do it this way? Right, so, let's see what have I got. 9 7s is 63. We've got a bunch still in here. How we got 65 when I had 40 some before is because we've got these ones. But that's inconvenient. Right, we don't want that. Now, I mean, briefly, the double pulse will work just fine because nuggets, of course, become... there we go. Those become ingots. Now, we're only having the one dropper every time because it stays behind. So I'd have to fire just once more, but that's not necessarily an issue. Right, where are we on these nuggets? Okay, perfect. Smooth. Now, weirdly, because of the hangover, we end up with extras, right? But that's actually probably the cheapest way to do it, is there. Now, if I did it once again with the single piece, so we'll make this, once again, will be like a crafter. Not crafter, sorry, a composter, because it's cheaper. And throw that to subtraction mode. And then we've got 9 ingots. Should. And then we only get the one spot. So the issue with that really in terms of compactness is being able to turn the corner, which is why doing it this way to me seems more like with the full 9 seems more compact, because with the, in order to get the same effect, I'd have to move it at least by 1, I believe. Let's see. Can I get a repeater straight out of there? Probably. Yep, there it goes. So I'd have to move it at least by 1 and add another piece. So rather than being, I mean, you save 2 pieces of redstone, potentially. Not a big deal. I mean, that's probably worth it given the cost of the crafter. Okay, always behind by 1. Love it. Okay, let's pull these back up. So, let's do it with the composter, because we can. Go 7. I don't have a composter handy, so I can always make another. Boink. The other thing about composters, or not composters, sorry, either version, is that we actually need to take the comparator out of it. I kind of wish it would be nice and let us just like go right up beside it, so 1 block further forward. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to want to. Either that or I'm just a doofus and doesn't want to let me. Let's pull, make sure that's empty. Okay, pull this one. Put that in there. We'll grab some flowers because it's not like we don't have enough. Oh, it's definitely something worth trying. So, no concerns there. Because I wanted these to be blocks anyways, let's just grab some more. I guess I don't need a whole ton of it. But I want to clean it out, right? Alright. So I'm going to get rid of the semblance of the smelting system up top. I was looking at whether or not it was faster and cheaper and easier with the smelter up top, and it doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to pull these 2 out for the purposes of demonstration. So this one and that one. Ditching the other crafter and the observer. Just we'll ditch the that was interesting. So if you put a okay, well, there's a did you know? It goes a little bit haywire. News to me. Alright. I learned something. Okay, so we wanted... I'm going to turn that off for now. And I'm going to put... This chest is the source chest. And this is the recipient chest. We don't really need this one for the purposes of the demo. Boink. Don't need this. Or this. There we go. Actually, it's in here. That's gonna go anyways. Yeah. Pull it out. And throw this stuff up top temporarily, just to get everything out of the way. Okay. So this one, so I can tell the difference easily. I'm going to change it up. And apparently, if you put a container inside things, then it goes a little crazy. That's interesting. So I have 2 chests, but didn't I just pick up a... Oh. That's it. Okay. Alright, so for the purposes of easily distinguishing between the 2. There. Okay. That will at some point have our iron, and I need to put a chest back down here just to hold things. Think. Alright. So we're going to keep options, resources, turn this one back on. And that one's just that resource pack just throws numbers on it. But yes, I understand the clock is an issue on that one because of the fact that I've got this going here. If I was able to get it so that went the shorter route and had the repeater there, it wouldn't make any difference. The clock would be fine. Okay, so we want the comparator is, are we going to show? 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. Oh, come on. Really? Hiding in here. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. I don't care. You're not going to fit anywhere else anyways. Alright. So supposedly full comparator, full composter is 8, but apparently on the 8th one, and I bet you it's going to do it again. 6, 7, 8. There we go. Lag. Alright. So we've got 8. 9 minus 8 should be 1. Now, at the moment, this says 1, and I'm not quite sure why, because there's nothing in there. Right, this should be 0 minus 8 would give you negative numbers. So something's a little bit fishy there. Well, anyway. So then... I guess I could use those just as easily. Just pull those for now. Yeah, okay. And that's not what I want. Let's put the extra... this over here now. Oh, I definitely don't want the furnace. I don't need the string. That was the demo for the other. Alright. So if I put this bone meal in here, then when it gets to be 9 pieces, we're gonna have a problem. I forgot about the white dye. Dag nabbit. Oh no, actually we put a 9. Okay, so this one blinks. 14, yes, because we get the full repeater signal. Then we're ending up with negative numbers, because 9 minus 14 is 0. So we're going to get it to turn off, but this is part of why we're getting duplicates, I guess. Is actually because of the repeater coming back in here. So once again, if I pull this... and I have to get it to do 2. Right, so this isn't going to work either. Now that I think about it. With the composter. I need it to be 2 in order to get to fire everything. On the other hand, I got 5 successful blocks. So I guess it could be worse, maybe? Oh, I see what this is doing. Look at the space I'm working in. Okay, let's pull this. There is flowers. 1, 2. There, okay. That should be less problematic, but either way, try this with some iron. 1 stack. So in theory, yeah, we're only getting an 8 out of this. So this doesn't work. I need to use the 2 extra pieces if I want to use the repeater format. So really, it kind of comes down to a bit of 6 of one, half dozen of the other. If you only want a single firing, then you're going to need 2 extra pieces of redstone, which is cheap, like borscht. Right? Repeat, rinse and repeat, because I never remember more than once in the first place. That one, it's on because it's got 9 waiting for us, and then some. And with this, 1, 2, 3, and we still got the miner because of the clock. Now in this particular case it worked, just because we had a whole bunch in there. So maybe that's a way to deal with it, because of the whole clock business. I don't know about you though, I thought that I personally like the other crafter though, because then I could have 9 and it just turns on and off when it hits 9, and then counts itself up and does it again. So if I want to do a single time, I'm watching the little red arrow to see if it goes off twice. Okay, so at 8 it freaks out. Which means we have extra firings anyways. I mean, it's great in theory, but the dropper still doesn't fire. So then in essence, this format doesn't really work because of the way this goes. For my purposes, I liked having the repeater over here. I mean, I could easily make a second one. Like that's cheap too. One of those you sort of feel you shouldn't have to moments. And now I'm really kind of going, why? Yeah, the crafter gives me a bit more finesse available. Or at least having the repeater there gives me a bit more finesse. I mean, we're still on the subtraction format. There's 8. 8 minus 8 should be nothing. But it goes on and stays on until the 9th one pops in, and it stays on. So really, it just locks it up. I'm going to clear that and manually put them in again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And it goes in and locks up. So, truth be told, I really would probably end up going with the crafter, second crafter in that one, in spite of the extra cost in materials, involving, you know, droppers and all that jazz. I mean, once you've got, as DC calls them, a stick guy, then it's really a non-issue. Okay. Oops. I put a hole in the floor. So one more, just... Wrong box. I color code them for a reason and then forget about it. Okay. So this one has 9. I'm going to pull them. Oh, right. Because I've got too many things in my hands. That's why. There we go. And that was demo wood, so I can take these down. This one. There we go. And why do I have extra piece? Where'd the oak plank come from? Huh. I had no plank for something, and I don't know why. I know why I had the mangrove. That makes sense. I don't know. Maybe the world's duplicating itself, and I'm unaware of that. That's a possibility, too. Oh, I know. It was the blocking up the last, the other hopper. Okay. So anyway, so once again, we've got that. Let's pull these out. I'm sticking in the bottom corner so we can watch this top side. Or we'll see what the results are. So this one, turn them all on, so we get a full 9. And then it's just in comparison mode. We got nothing. And we're going to go with the repeater. One blob. 1, 2 to trigger the repeater. Come on, full stack. Yeah. So we're not getting weird stuff at the moment. It shows they don't actually fire there. Now, it looks like it could be triggering the nuggets depending on how fast that goes, but I don't think so. I'm not seeing nuggets come through here. So we're behind 1 block of iron. I don't know why that is. I think it's probably the fact that maybe this is faster. I don't know. Or that they come through at the same time. I mean, really, I probably should have up here, if I could figure it out, a 1-tick delay. So that this one would fire off, and then this would fire off. But it's really, if I know it's only 1 block getting jammed in there, it's not a big deal. So let's just throw a bunch of this in there. So in essence then, it slows down. It's actually kind of a pokey process based on the speed of the crafter. Right? But it's doable. So the next concern, like I don't mind the double for the composter. And yeah, I know I'm powering the composter but in this model. But the next thought is with the flowers, I need to filter them off. And we know what to do with the filter. I just had very carefully made sure that there was no open space under this mess because it was engendering golems. And yeah, we'll have to deal with that. Not ideal, but yeah. And the thing that I like about this is we can do it DC style like he was doing last night with a whole ring of 9 and then just make sure that the repeater triggers things. I find this to be personally a little bit more compact. Now, it's not necessarily ideal because truth be told, it's not as linear. You really would, you know, it's kind of a cubic. Well, not really cubic, it's what we've got now. 2x3, I guess? Maybe? So, yeah. 2x3x2. And then if you include your storage chest, it's 3. So 2x3x3, which is... Oh, sorry. I forgot about these two. 3x3x3, which is a bit of a pain. It's not as compact as it could be, but it does keep the strings from running all over the floor. Right? I think... let's see what we got here. Start turning it off. And yeah, that's going to cause problems. That's fair. Okay, so we've got 9, 8, 7, 6. Oh, I don't have enough. Where did I put the ore box? Here. Here we go. That'll do. 49 is a stupid number. 9 times. Close enough. Close enough. This one. Three. I know I said I wasn't going to break up ores. Yeah. Expedient solutions, I guess. Alright. So we've got 9, 8, 7, 6. Why is it upside down? 5, 4, 2. And then 1's got to go this way to turn everything around. That way, in theory. What a mess. So, yeah. Not so much. it locks. What do we have? We had... DC had his repeater here, right? Break these. 98765. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oops, I gotta break down the one. This 765. It's actually going up again. And I have to have the gap in between. Right. So there's other reasons that, you know, it becomes wider and longer, and as you can see, I don't have the space. So yeah, the repeater's probably where it's at rather than the double of the observer. But definitely, I think this one is where it's at for me, is comparing the two and then getting the 9 signal out of here. And then just throwing the repeater in. Which at the moment appears to lock it because we have far more than 9. Yes, yes, yes. There we go. Okay. And I might as well leave that there to do its thing. So the other part, of course, is the composter side of it. We saw how DC did that last night. Excuse me, it's just the sorter. Right? Nice generic sorter. Which I would need blocks for to color code. Let's go with the polished granite because I keep getting those from trades from the villagers leveling up the masons. So I don't need that. These will do. And I need another repeater for that one. How are we doing? Yeah, so we still got one in there. But this is slowly climbing, which is fine. Okay, so like DC did last night, we've got a lovely little T shape. Let's see. Let's go with this one, that one, this one, that one, and this piece. Right? Yes. Which I will bring down by 1 because although it looks half decent on the wall there as an art piece, not very practical for reaching it. So I don't really need the bottom one because I can use the floor. I need this one and that one and these 3. Okay, and then we've got, this is the filter one. Oops. So let's put temporary here. I can go into that one. Excuse me. All right, and since I can't really do stuff in the other room anyways, I might as well steal that one. So then the composter actually be, technically it could probably be here because you can't really fuss too much with the composter. Now I could be completely out to lunch on that. Right? Why not make a second set? I'm gonna need it anyways. This, one, regular stone. Hello. Regular stone, please. Where did I put it? Probably in the village. Oh, the villager space. Squirrel. There's better ways of doing this. I was being dumb and left the carpet down. I probably should just use boats. A little easier. But anyhow. 36 will more than do what I'm looking for. Geek Out has swapped twice, I think. Oh no, Osmond just had a lot to say. Geek Out Puck Culture Party named 2 shows that feature a genius character. Doogie Howser and Jimmy Neutron. Peabody and Sherman, maybe. I want to say sliders, but I'm not necessarily sure if that's the case. Okay, what I'm looking for. I know I need 2 redstone torches. 3, right. Sticks. One, 2. That's repeaters, right? Okay. Oh, not the arrow. Okay, now we've got one of those. And then we need... excuse me. Wow. Coffee's not helping this morning. 2 for a repeater. Old habits die hard with the idea of making something in a just enough format. It's a pain in the neck, but I still do that. I wish I wouldn't, but it is what it is. Okay. So, taking the comparison off this one, which at the moment is nothing, but that's okay. And then we roll this way, and that way. We throw the repeater down this way. Right? Which would lock a hopper into whatever. I'm not sure that the hopper part matters as much. I'll find... Oh, no, I can't. Because that would jam up this filter. So I need to pull this one lower. That's a bit of a problem. Yeah, that's a bit of a problem. Because, well, I guess it's not... It's just in my demo. So then, coming off there, we'd have a hopper up the bottom, which we would be measuring again. So let's pull this piece. Actually, we got 2. We'll go there. Okay, and then I'm going to steal this one because in theory we won't need it, right? Is that how it goes? Oops, it's in here. And I'll steal this one. Hello. Oh, fiddle faddle. Okay, well, I'm just mocking, so I'm not going to worry about it. All right, so that's the upper section, which has to be, excuse me, has to be underground, I guess. Unless... What kind of space do I have? I'm just kind of curious. 1, 2... Okay, yeah, so that's where the hoppers are, is where the stairs are. So I only really have 2 blocks high to work with there. Which would be this mess. So I do have to go underground at least a little bit. Right? Because it would be feeding in from above. Either from above or from the side. Kind of irrelevant which. I'm going to go from the side in this one. So pretending that, you know, the golems come in, stuff falls. This is actually the wall. So that way I don't have to have a block on top of the filter. And then that goes 1, 2. Yeah, it's side, right? Side here? Yeah, so side there. 1, 2. Then I have something underground there. So it might be doable. That's completely ignoring the rest of this jazz, which is a bit of a mess anyway. Okay, so then we'd have from this point downwards, we'd end up with, this way. And then we're just doing representative, I suppose. So we're going to have ourselves that'll be a comparator. Not a comparator, sorry, crafter. Because they're kind of gray looking. And then we would take, yeah, that's where this one will come in. And I'm not going to mess with it at the moment. Get the right direction, but oh, can't do the carpet. Fine. There. So I know it's the wrong direction. I'm well aware of that. Do I have a pressure plate around? Sure, that'll do. Once again, it's just images, things standing for other things. Okay, so this will be our comparator for now. So we have the comparator coming out here, out there, which will send a signal to the block below that. And then we can actually, if we want to, we can redstone this across and have it do stuff here. I don't like that, and there's some reason. Oh, I know why I did it different up top. Okay. Well. They do the same thing. It's gonna be a double signal, right? Or also I could do a repeater. Same things we did before. So instead of this block, there, and you can have your carpet back. Oops. Safety square. Now carpet. No, that's not carpet. There. Okay, so I could have the comparator coming out of there, then redstone off this one, redstone off this one, and then the repeater coming in here, and the whole thing would be higher, so that would still trigger. Problem, once again, though, is I'd need to have two pieces, or anything would trigger, which doesn't really matter. But I'd only be getting one, so I mean, we're back into trouble land. Oh, duh. Face palm. Silly me. Okay. So we'd have there's a reason I want to put a dispenser up top, so I may not need this one. So once again, we'd have the comparator coming out of this one. What do I do with the string? I don't know what I do with the string. Okay, well, I guess it's irrelevant. Does the string work? I don't know if I can do string off that. Sure. Okay, fine. Whatever. And then we've got our fake comparator. Yeah, can't do that. Okay. Live and learn. Okay, this is our... Go to back where we were. I didn't put the thing back. The observer would see that one. But I can actually go sideways on that observer, so I don't really need... I'm using this to hold up the plate, because the whole thing would be lower. Or dirt, or whatever you call it. Okay. Confusing. And then the observer, and have a look at this one. Right? And then it does its thing right there. So its little puff will power that block. Which, oh, it still doesn't work, now that I think about it. The reason it doesn't work is powering that block will get messed up as soon as I put stone there, right? This one won't get powered. Oops. It does, but I put the thing on the top. I have something that would show it? No. Okay. So that's interesting. I guess what I was looking for by putting a dropper on top was just making the whole system closer to the surface, because a lot of this would end up underground, right? But if the height I've got gives me up to the composter, then I don't really need to raise it above the composter, which is what that would be. So it would be coming out here. Oh, I have visitors up. Okay. and giving me a chest in roughly that location. I've finished bone meal, but if things are on the ground, I don't need to come up that high, which means I don't need this bit or this bit. Actually, I do need that one, because then I can just power that one. Hello. Going the other way. Other way. These are confusing to me as well. This way. Some sort of random block there. And then that one. So my idea then, okay, so we've got the comparator just sitting there being observed by the observer. We get a second jump when we come up. That's fine. So it'll send off two signals to the crafter, which is okay because the crafter would just shove vertically straight into, instead of that one, it will shove straight into this one. Confusing as all get out. It's not making a whole lot of sense to you guys, I'm assuming. Because it's gone quiet, and quiet is scary. But yeah, so the crafter, as you can see on this side, my gray block representing crafter, will actually be level with where this birch block is, right? Which means it can just spit straight up into the chest. I don't have to worry about anything else. Just call it a day. That's where my bone meal ends up. Redstone's always confusing. Yeah, the crafter is news to me. When I think about it in terms of almost like where I'm taking a look at where the comparisons are with electrical wiring in a real world sense. The fact that I've got this as two separate pieces doesn't help anybody. Yeah, it's not going to help anybody. But yeah, I think I've got it going. So the notion, this one, we'll just have a crafter hiding underneath that block. So that portion, in theory, if I mirror flip it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think, okay, feed in here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'm short one. But if I run it out one further, yeah, so it was coming in and it goes out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, the whole thing, including this piece, is too big. But that's okay. So 5. I can get 5 from here. So my feed line is right next to this stair, but then so could the filter line because it's coming in from in behind. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I've got 8. Did I count that wrong? Yes, I did. 1. It's 1 here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can make it just fit in the length of this section. And if it comes in 3 above the ground, I think it could actually fit right there. So really, if we're looking at this from the inside, okay, I'm pretending I'm a villager for just a second. Okay. And we'd actually have it coming in from this side, from the inside, or from your point of view from the outside as you approach the room, it would be coming up this way. Everything would drop in here. If it fits the poppies, then it would get sucked off there, sucked out of the system there. We're just going to leave that, yeah, out of the system there. And we have space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we had 5. So that's here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 1 extra. Okay. Which is good news. Because I just realized I did this wrong. If I want to send everything in here, great. But the stuff that doesn't fit has to go elsewhere, so that's not going to work. Right? You can't have it forcing straight into the filter. It has to have somewhere to go across the top, and the filter will take it from there. Which means it does need to be at least 1 taller. In this design. So 1 underground, right? And now we're too high, too many, because the way the thing works would be coming in that way, and then we only have 1, 2, 3. Oops, can't count. This way. So it's coming in the same level as this corner of the chest. So we have 1, 2 to work with, and 3 is underground. Whereas this one, if that was the level of the chest at the top, and this would be starting to be where the overflow goes. 1, 2 would be here, and this is in the ground. Although that's not necessarily a problem, because that still would just basically be the height of the carpet, more or less. So that's not necessarily a bad thing. Okay, and then in theory, this one actually wouldn't point down into the system. Don't fall in, please. Oh, man. Yep. That's locked. That's why it's bright. Okay. So this one's separate from that one. Would go off some random place. Allows me space. There we go. This one. So we have hoppers going wherever, right? So those hoppers would just be going off to whatever the iron system is doing. Done this way to filter out the poppies works well to a point. And the point where this fails miserably is usually because of the delays when you're doing a hopper, or not a hopper, a composter. So it works well, straight through, no problems, until you get the brief backup in here from, refresh. Yeah. It works well to a point. No, not quite. Almost. There we go. I just became that person. That was your signal, by the way, for a stretch. 2, 4, 6, 8. Everybody hydrate. Don't know if I've got 2 ounces, but we'll try that. So your stretch, your hydrate, your snack refill, your, I don't know, whatever it is. But that's your hydrate signal as well. All right. So long story made short, I'll just do half of this. Yeah, that'll work. So because it's locked, I can't show you that part. Let's turn this off. You see, you're going to hear it. Oops. Can't hear it if I don't have a hopper underneath. Come on. Yoink. I'll just put this one in the bottom for now. That'll work. Demos. So let's, I just blew that. That was not what I wanted to show you. Point I'm trying to make, there's nothing redstoning there, so let's throw the other half in here. Watch what happens in this one. That's what I'm looking for. So you can start to see you get a bit of a backup because of the delays in the composter. Now, a lot of the time that will solve itself, as you can see. Other times it doesn't, and it just backs up further and further and further. which in this setup, because of the way it locked things, it doesn't work well, right? Like you get this hopper all locked up, which would cause problems for this filter potentially getting major backups. What that does is it can't absorb anything, like it won't put through, which will then back up into here, into the top, and when it does, of course, you end up going off and messing up the block making system. That's what I'd forgotten about. Which means, in essence, that what we actually need to do, unfortunately, is do the other way round, which is a lot more brains that I hadn't really planned on this morning. Okay. We'll pretend that that's okay. Maybe. All right, so the next half hour, no, just kidding. So the next piece of that, oh, nope, not that one. Where did I have? They're over here. Okay. The next piece of that concept, though, is poppy filter still works beautifully, right? And we can do the same double trigger, etc., because the poppies. Pardon me, you're never gonna get more than, like, you can't do other things with the bone meal. I just lied about that. Never mind. You can end up with a problem. I just realized if you start getting bone meal becoming more than one thing, right? Because as we showed earlier, that's a thing I completely forgot about. So in the same way that we were getting both blocks and nuggets, we would end up with blocks and white dye. And that's not exactly great. So we would end up, sadly, needing to have a crafter that basically, if you replace this piece with the composter, and I can ditch that one because I don't have to come up as high, you'd end up with this mess again. Low clap. Wonderful. All right. The difference being the iron would have to be the one filtered out, but then that kind of doesn't work either, I guess, at least not in my head. Because if the poppies, I'm going to pull this, I'll leave it for now. If the poppies were the ones filtering and they can keep up, great. If the poppies can't keep up, they mess up with the iron crafter. But the iron, if it, yeah. So if the iron comes through, that's interesting. I had not experimented with what happens if I put a crafter setup like this close to a sort like that. Okie dokie. Because this piece going on and off would mess with the crafter. So I can't put a crafter there. I'd have to change that to a hopper, I think. This whole so that which puts this whole mess, excuse me, underground. Hey, well, we ended up with a bigger mess. So we end up with two of these messes. Unless I'm wondering if I can reuse this bit. Oh, for Pete's sake. Okay. If I'm making the assumption, does this mess work? Then it's fine. Exactly. I mean, compact isn't the word we're looking for here. Compact, not so much. And that's actually another reason why DC's thing really doesn't matter how much space it takes up. If it does what you need it to do, more power to you. Oi! I was gonna ask where you came from, but I know where you came from. All right. How about why? Let's show you the door. Oh, and it's more difficult with carpet. Beautiful! All right. Hey, buddy, are you going to be mad at me for pushing you? Don't kill me today. I'm not in the mood. Ah! He knows what's up. Do I feel like being dead today? Not particularly. What? Look at me that way. No, I don't want to talk to you. I don't need any more car sales. Well, that was not helpful. I did that wrong. Oh, for God's sake. Get off my stuff. You're a pain in the butt. Seriously. Oops, I don't want to push you because that doesn't work too well. Dang it. Anyway, issues for later. That's future Dylan's problem. Okay, so I'm conceptualizing again. I'm not going to put that thing back together. But we'd end up with a second hopper here because of all the mess. I can afford to lock. Can I? I suppose I can afford to lock the hopper going into the crafter. I just can't put the crafter there. Yeah. There's my full crafter. And let's just throw... Oops. Do I have... What do I think around? I'll take those. Just throw those up here. Oh, ha, ha. Yeah, that's smart. Okay, things that I end up with too many of. Mark 1. You know, I don't need that many of that, but, you know. Okay. Because. Yoink. Ran out of stuff, right? Okay. Let's throw those up there again. See how many it jams out. 10. It's gonna be a lot because this should have been 44, but it's not. About 27 of them, I guess. That's not too bad. 28, and one is 28, and one would be 29. Why is that sitting there? Oh, because I'm just not seeing one in there. Okay. Yeah. That's just weird that I don't see one sitting here, but I'm not going to argue with that. That's fine. All right. And then this one gets locked, and that one gets locked. Which is why this one never goes anywhere. Where did you... you please go away? Just go. Okay? Okay, so we don't want the crafter to be powered. This one should be fine. I'm going to take a look at let's pull this. I'm thinking aloud here because sometimes that helps my brain work. Okay. No, that was representing hoppers and stuff. I guess, yeah, I do want it to be a crafter for now. And I'm using this kind of like a lamp to see what happens. Did you get powered? There's no number. Okay, so you're at 0. That's good. Right? And I'm just going to throw 27 in there for a minute. Turns things off. Make sure you're off. Okay, everything's collecting. That's where I expect it to collect because this won't take them. And this should stay off even when it gets through the system. And okay, good. Good. So in theory then, if that's the crafter, right? Not that. That block's representing the crafter. Okay? Which means if this hopper gets locked, I'm good, except that it would hit that crafter. So that would mean I would need to make sure that secondary crafter is not on the other side of this torch, right? So we'd have to have it sticking out sideways the other way. So in other words, what I'm saying is I couldn't put this sorting system off this side here. Put it this way. Oops, not that. Pay that back. I think we're still okay. It's a little more annoying in terms of depth, but we've got a corner, right? Ooh, corners give me ideas. That's bad. So once again, loosely referencing this one, except turning the whole works again. So we're looking at it. Yeah, that way. Mirrored, I suppose. Mirrored. We could potentially fit the upper part of the sorting works in a wall. My concern becomes wherever what's his face went. Hey, you. My concern becomes that guy. Can he spawn on crafters and such? My assumption is probably yes, which just means more carpet. I guess. One of those you don't know until you try it moments, right? Right. How many hoppers did I have? 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, so far we're good. We would end up with 2 more above that. Presenting the filter stuff. So we'd still have a problem because the one over there comes in higher. Joy. I just don't want to dig big holes underneath things. Right? That's really all it comes down to. I'm just lazy in that respect. I don't think these will spawn anything. This one will, but that's carpet. That's not a big deal. Don't. What happens if this one? Yeah, these will work. I do. Ha! Okay, so that's good to know. That will only go on proper ground. Sort of like these do. It doesn't, and it won't convert things either. Interesting. Which suggests that it may not spawn-proof things either. Okay, let's see. So if I had this sorting system, kind of like yada yada, in a wall, right? And I'll say my feed. Oh, really? Good grief, buddy. Okay, he's not even buddy. I mean, I guess I don't really care while I'm doing this because he's in the way, but he's not. He's just making the other farm not overflow, so I guess I'll leave it. If I put everything down by 1, which means this ends up down by 1. All this work ends up down by 1. Can I carpet that, carpet this, carpet that, carpet that, carpet. Okay. Maybe. Then I have one linear one sticking out on a corner. And I can hope that doesn't spawn guys, but everything around it is spawn resistant, then maybe we can do this? 2, 3. That would be the T. Huh. Okay. And I'm hoping let's build it in the hallway and find out. Ah! Yes, I know I'm going to have another guy. It's another reason I'm not caring about it. Let's tear this apart. Does this make any sense to do in the middle of the hallway? No. Am I doing it anyways? Yes. Oops. Is that the right way? Yes. Lucky. Okay. This one, that one. This becomes pointless, so let's pull this all out. Well, not entirely pointless, but it doesn't need to be in the hallway. All right. So my assumption then is everything's going to be one block down, including this. And I'm going... Oh. Oh, okay. What else we got? How long was the wall? The feed's coming in. Which way? Which way? Which way? Oh, actually, curiosity's sake. Few seconds. Okay, that's... Okay, good. Not gonna be a problem. All right. Let's say... Oh, no, wrong way. Say the hoppy system? Wow. Wow. Okay, so we've got... Let's assume that things are being fed across this way. The 3 will be our in, 2 will be our out. Out, aka overflow. And I'm hoping it's going to hold up. See what sort of delays we have. So this section right here actually has a 3x3, I think, coming into it. I think. Yes, I know I could risk more golems. It's fine. No, it's not a 3x3. It's just... I don't remember what I did in the other way. In the iron farm. I think it's just 2. 2, yeah. So in theory, this would be our in, with this being the corner of the farm where everything comes out. And it goes in here, poppies and the other stuff. So do I have poppies to steal? Let's find out. Please. Let's back everything up. Why not? Why not? All right, so we have a mess of both. This thing looks like it should be set up to run, if I read correctly. I'm going to pull these 2 out just so that they're not in the way. Yeah. And I know that's the bone meal box. That's not useful, but... Great, so that... I think I've got everything? Yes, okay. So then the poppy system could just purely come down the other wall. If I can make a corner, maybe? Ideally, I will laugh if it turns out I don't even need this bit at all. Because that would actually allow me to pull everything in back here by 1 block. And it would also allow me to hide it better. Then I could take out this have the redstone 1 block lower, have it power the comparator. Not comparator, sorry, the crafter. Okay, well, we're going to pretend that's not the case. I'm just going to avoid that for a minute. Okay, so this is the poppies. And in theory, there'd be overflow there. That takes poppies if I put poppies in here. Oh, won't. Okay, good. 2, 3. That's the floor. I have to get the bone meal crafter system in the way. Okay. I'm building it all in here, which is stupid because I should really just build it live. Like that would be sensible. I don't know why I'm even bothering to mock this. It's kind of dumb. But hey, here I am. All right. So that one. Oops, how do I get up? Pull this for now. All right, so got one of those in here. Then we'd have to have one. Oh. Metal. Here, let's just put bone meal down here for now. All right. And like I said, this is the floor. I'm just going to throw those in here. And if it powers, we'll have them spinning all over the floor. That's fine. 1, 2. Okay, let's move this down. Reason being, this is the inside of the crafter, right? Oh, fiddle. I'm wondering if I can reuse this guy. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Redstone comparator, please. So if I could reuse this one. Ah, hello. That one. Wouldn't it be fun if I could actually use this one? That would be interesting. If I can get the 9. Okay. I'm borrowing because I need to make it another 1 million. So I wanted it the other way, right? This is the one that's taking away from the 9 coming out here. And this one, subtracting that one coming out there. We get a different number, right? Right. Now let's just throw a piece out there just so we can get 2. Why? Oh. Oh. What is this? This is 1, 2. It should be 7. 9 minus 2. 7 is 2. Correct. Okay, we're good. We have a number. And I want to avoid that, but that's okay. Okay, and then this way. It's confusing as all get out. Ah! Graph blah, 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 blah. A-F-T-E-R. I needed. Crafter? Crafter. This one. Okay, a dropper, 2 redstone. The only thing I don't have on me is a dropper. Well, you know what? I have a dropper. Okay. One. And... five iron. 2 redstone. Oh, crafting table. Okay. I usually had one. Why don't I have one? There we go. This one. All right. So, if might be in the wall. Well, I guess it's not necessarily a bad thing. Oops, not that way. Your eyes are red, buddy. I didn't even know that was a thing. I guess it is now. Yep. Okay, so you're being powered. I don't want that. If I get that. Okay, so I don't want this. I want... dude, come here. This way? Ah. That way. And that way. So this should theoretically pick up the iron. This one theoretically could be the bone meal. I'm confusing myself. Yeah, redstone with Delenn and we're over the time. So, yeah, I'm having one of those. I'm almost done. But am I? I'm not. Okay. Yeah, I would keep getting a... okay, that's not good. That's not what I want. I was hoping I could reuse that, but it does not look like I can, because the theory would be that I'd have composter coming out, whether it be up higher or whether it be down lower. I'd only have either... I'd end up having a popper and a crafter, which gets this one, or I'd have like some format thereof. I guess theoretically I can even put the composter here. Last piece before I have to let you go, because we shouldn't be here all day. So we've got this one. That away. Okay. Well, that would mess with everything else. Joy! Okay, well, that's not good either. Okay, well, it's not going to work the way I'd hoped. But that's, the nature of things. My idea had been at this point, if we... yeah. Can I... this one... power a crafter pointing... oh, no, that won't work. Anyway, okay, where I was going to go with it was to try and get a crafter pointing upwards. But, we end up with a big mess by doing that. Then shuts that one off, and I'm not quite sure why. Oh, probably because it's in comparison mode. Okay. So, yeah. All kinds of no involved. I'm sure I could figure it out at some point, at some level. So if this is the floor, then that's that. We could have... Yeah, I'll have to think it out later. But you can kind of see where I was going with this. When the notion had been, if I can hide some of this chaos under the floor, then I don't need to worry about much of the shape. Like I can actually build a lot of this other stuff into the walls of the existing iron farm. Did I actually get anything done today? Not on your life. This one would count up to 9, which would then override this one. Oh, but at the moment it's doing a positive, right? Because it's comparing, it's bigger. And it will never shut itself off, actually, because this one's permanently on. Okay. Live and learn, you know. We gotta get out of here. Really. We're gonna have another one, but you, sir. Oops. Did I get you? Yes, I did. So, yeah. Problems. I'm creating my own problems. If I get it to work, you'll see it. Better late than never. We'll see. Who have we got live at the moment? It's Wednesday, which would have been a Valente day next. But I don't know if he's actually going to be streaming today. Unlikely, because he's still training for his triathlon. Okay, so let's see who else is here. We've got... okay, I think while she might not stay up too long, I think we're going to raid into Genfire and see how that goes. We raided Gutty earlier in the week. So let's switch that over and give her all my best. I do want to say thank you very much to everybody who came through, who stayed with me, who put up with all my derping. And if I get this figured out, you'll be the first to know, right? You guys will be the first to know. So, all that said, let's get this raid started. And, and we will say our goodbyes and whatnot. Now, for those of you who have not seen it yet, this is the stream weekend. I really hope that none of you are squares and that all of you will be there. And yes, I know it's be there or be square. On the other hand, this is Minecraft. Be there and join us in being square. There you go. So, hope to see you guys there on the weekend. I'm going to start that raid to Genfire, and we'll get ourselves out of here before I rant on any further.
Mischief managed.
But it's hip to be square. I don't know. If you look at Minecraft characters, they don't even have hips. So how can we be hip? It's like, you know, one of those where you roll on your thumbs. Tucka, 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 tucka. And yes, I'm doing that in front of camera, even though you can't see it. All right. So, thank you very, very much to Tom for the raid. Thank you, everybody that came through. We had some absolutely fantastic conversation today. And we shall be heading over there ASAP. We had some great biggest fans today. Thank you very much to our moderation team and those that conversed with us. Also, thank you for those that were hanging out. And I wish you guys all the best. Until tomorrow, same time, same place. Thursdays is noon Eastern. I usually run till 3. We'll see how it goes. But have yourselves a great day. Bye-bye for now.
Transfer complete.